One thing I have learned, my dear, is that before something wonderful happens, life often feels like it's falling apart. But it's not falling apart, it's falling into place. I know that feeling, that moment when everything seems to be slipping through your fingers, when doors close, when plans dissolve, when the familiar crumbles into dust. You think you've done something wrong. You think life is punishing you. But I promise you, it is not punishment. It is preparation. Life is rearranging the pieces of your story so that what truly belongs to you can finally find its way in. Sometimes, before abundance arrives, life clears the clutter. It takes away the things, people, and versions of you that no longer serve your next chapter. You may call it loss. The universe calls it alignment. When you feel empty, bless the emptiness. It means something beautiful is on its way. That hollow feeling in your chest, that silence after the storm, that is not the end. That is the opening. The emptiness is sacred space, a womb of creation where new life begins. When you feel empty, I often say, don't rush to fill it, bless it, because what feels like nothing is actually everything being rewritten for your highest good. You cannot receive when your hands are full. You cannot hold new blessings when you are clinging to the old. So when life takes something away, instead of asking, why me? Try whispering, thank you, universe, for creating room for something greater. I know it's hard to bless what hurts. I know it feels strange to thank the emptiness. But what if that ache you feel is simply the stretching of your soul as it grows into something bigger? What if that quiet void is the breath before a miracle? Every single time I've watched someone experience deep transformation, there was always a moment of emptiness first, a clearing, a pause, a sacred stillness. And in that space, the universe begins its silent work. So today, instead of filling your emptiness with noise, with worry, with old stories, let yourself sit in the stillness, feel it, trust it. The void is not your enemy, it is your initiation. The void is not death, it is the seedbed of life. The void is where God plants miracles. And as you rest in that emptiness, you'll notice something beautiful beginning to happen. You stop chasing and start allowing. You stop grasping, pushing, forcing, and you begin to breathe again. Abundance, my dear, does not come through striving. It comes through surrender. It flows where there is peace, not pressure. It finds you when you stop trying to find it. You cannot beg for what already belongs to you, I remind you gently. You can only allow it. Think of a flower. It does not chase the sun. It opens and the sun meets it there. That is how abundance works. It meets openness. It meets readiness. It meets those who are willing to let go of control and trust the process of life. When you are anxious and forcing, you send out the vibration of lack. But when you relax and trust, you send out the vibration of enough. And life responds to that vibration instantly. Because life always mirrors your energy, not your words. When you stop trying to control everything, something miraculous happens. Things begin to flow. The phone rings at the right time. The opportunity appears without effort. The right person walks in, not because you chased them, but because you were aligned. Alignment is not something you do. It's something you allow. It's not something you earn. It's something you remember. The moment you trust life, I often say, everything begins to flow. It's such a simple sentence, but it holds the key to everything. Trust is not passive. It's active faith. It's looking at a situation that seems uncertain and saying, even here, life loves me. Even now, something good is unfolding. That kind of trust is magnetic. It calls abundance to you effortlessly. You see, there is a law, the law of energetic vacuum. When your hands are full of fear, there's no space for faith to land. When your mind is full of worry, there's no room for wisdom to enter. When your heart is cluttered with old pain, there's no space for love to flow. So sometimes life gently, or not so gently, empties your hands for you. It may take away what you thought you needed, but only to make space for what you truly deserve. If you're in that place right now, that in between, that waiting, that wondering, take a deep breath. You are not being forgotten. You are being prepared. You are being rearranged. You are being polished for the next level of your life. Every delay is divine timing. Every pause is sacred alignment. Every quiet season is life whispering, "Rest now, beloved. I am making room for your miracle." I want you to practice this with me now. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe in slowly. And as you exhale, say softly, "I am open and ready to receive." Feel how that feels in your body. The release, the surrender, the peace. Say it again with more trust. Everything I need comes to me with ease and grace. These are not empty words. They are energy codes that tell the universe you are ready. They shift your vibration from striving to allowing, from fear to faith, from effort to flow. And if your mind still tries to argue, "But Louise, how do I know it will work out?" Smile at that voice. That voice is just the part of you that has forgotten what it feels like to trust. You don't have to silence it. Just love it. Say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I am safe now. Life is on my side." And it will be, because life has always been on your side. The truth is, abundance was never missing. It was simply waiting for you to become still enough to notice it. It was waiting for you to remember your worth. It was waiting for you to stop running and finally let it in. When you release the chase, you release resistance. When you stop proving, you start attracting. When you rest in faith, you make yourself available for miracles. So, my dear one, if your life feels uncertain right now, if you feel as though everything is shifting beneath your feet, take heart. The shaking is not destruction, it's construction. The ending is not rejection, it's redirection. The pause is not punishment, it's divine preparation. You are not being emptied to be deprived. You are being emptied to be filled. Let us affirm together, "I welcome the space where new blessings can enter." Say it once more, slower, softer, letting it settle into your soul. I welcome the space where new blessings can enter. Because when you bless the space, you make room for grace. Remember, receiving is not about waiting passively. It's about staying open energetically. It's about living each moment with quiet expectancy, not demand, but trust. You don't have to chase what's yours. You don't have to beg for what belongs to you. You don't have to hold on to what's leaving. You only have to say, "I am ready," and mean it. Because when you are ready, truly ready, life responds instantly. The people show up, the resources appear, the timing aligns. Everything begins to flow toward you naturally, beautifully, effortlessly. Life loves you. I remind you once more, life is never against you. Even in the emptiness, life loves you. Even in the waiting, life loves you. Even in the moments where you cannot see what's next, life is working quietly behind the scenes, arranging miracles you cannot yet imagine. So breathe, trust, allow, bless the space, and know you are not falling apart. You are falling into place. You are not losing anything real. You are simply making room for what's meant to stay. You are not running out of time. You are aligning with divine time. And when it finally arrives, the love, the opportunity, the abundance, you will smile and say, "Now I understand. It was always coming. It was always me who needed to become ready." So, my dear, whisper it one last time before we close. I am open and ready to receive. Everything I need comes to me with ease and grace. Life is working for me, not against me. I trust the process of life. That is your key. That is your vibration. That is your doorway to abundance. And as you step through it, remember, abundance is not coming. It is already here. You are simply learning how to let it in. I remember a woman who came to see me many years ago. She was kind, sincere, hardworking, yet her heart was weary. She had been doing everything right. Affirmations every morning, vision board on the wall, gratitude list by her bedside, and still, nothing seemed to move. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "Louise, I've been patient. I've been praying, but nothing is happening. What am I doing wrong?" I smiled gently and said, "My dear, nothing is wrong. You are simply in the season of divine timing. You see, abundance has a rhythm. There is a perfect order to everything, though your mind may not see it. Sometimes, when nothing seems to be happening, everything is actually happening, just not in the visible world yet." I told her, "You wouldn't yell at a seed because it hasn't sprouted overnight, would you?" She laughed through her tears and said, "No, of course not." "Then don't yell at your life," I replied softly. "You've planted good thoughts, you've watered them with faith, and now you must trust the process. Sometimes delays are not denials, they are divine preparation. The universe is never late, but it is always thorough. When it seems to be taking time, it's because something inside you, your faith, your worthiness, your self-trust, is still ripening. Think of fruit. If you pick it before it's ready, it's sour. If you wait for the perfect moment, it's sweet, nourishing, complete. The same is true for your blessings. Life is never withholding what's yours. It's preparing you to hold it without fear, without sabotage, without loss. This is what I call spiritual ripening. Every pause, every delay, every quiet season is the universe's way of expanding your capacity to receive. So if you are in that waiting season, take heart. The pause is not punishment. It is preparation. The stillness is not absence. It is alignment. The waiting is not wasted. It is sacred. During these moments, something powerful is happening beneath the surface. Your faith is maturing. Your patience is deepening. Your energy is refining. You are learning to trust without proof, to believe without evidence, to stand in peace without needing results. And that is mastery. That is growth. I am patient and calm, knowing that what I desire is unfolding perfectly. Let that be your mantra. Each time impatience rises, breathe and whisper those words. Feel them soften the tension in your body. Let them remind you that the universe works in perfect order, not according to the ticking of your clock, but the rhythm of your soul. And here's something most people don't realize. Before your miracle arrives, there is often a moment of emotional release, a breaking open of the heart. When you cry, you cleanse the doorway of the heart. That's what I told her when she said, "I can't stop crying lately." She thought it meant she was falling apart. But I told her, "You're not falling apart, my love. You're being washed clean. You're making space for what's next. Before abundance flows, there is often a purging. Tears, restlessness, fatigue, even frustration. That's not regression, that's renewal. Emotions are energy. When they move, healing happens. Tears are sacred. They are the body's way of releasing stagnant energy that has been blocking the flow of love, health, and prosperity. Every tear carries away an old belief. I'm not worthy. It's too late. It's too hard. And every sigh that follows makes room for peace. Sometimes healing feels like breaking, but it's actually breakthrough. You may think, why am I feeling so emotional right now? Why am I crying over little things? Because your spirit is clean in house. The walls of your heart are softening after years of being guarded. The old pain is leaving. The new energy is entering. I release all old energy that no longer serves me. Say it now. Say it gently. Feel how your shoulders relax when you do. That is the energy of receiving returning to your body. That is your readiness being restored. I remember another story. A man who had been waiting for his business to grow. He had done his affirmations, trusted, visualized, yet doors remained closed. He came to me and said, Louise, I think the universe forgot about me. And I told him, no, darling, the universe never forgets. It just waits until you're ready to receive without fear. A few weeks later, he called me. The opportunity he had prayed for appeared out of nowhere, but it didn't come because he forced it. It came after he cried, forgave, and finally said, I'm ready, even if it looks different than I expected. You see, abundance always waits for emotional space. You cannot receive love when your heart is heavy with resentment. You cannot receive success when your mind is filled with doubt. You cannot receive clarity when your spirit is still holding fear. Crying, releasing, forgiving. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs that the doorway of your heart is opening. And then, my dear, something miraculous happens. Gratitude appears, not because the evidence has arrived, but because your faith has ripened. You start to feel thankful, not after the blessing, but before. You wake up and think, I don't have it yet, but I can feel it coming. That is the shift. That is abundance entering your vibration. Gratitude brings more to be grateful for. I have said that for years because it is the spiritual law of increase. When you thank life ahead of time, you send out the frequency of having, not lacking. Gratitude says, I already believe. And the universe always responds to belief. Start small. In the morning, say, thank you for the opportunities forming for me right now. Thank you for the new health and vitality awakening in my body. Thank you for the abundance already flowing toward me, even if I cannot see it yet. Feel how those words make your energy expand. You are no longer pleading. You are declaring readiness. Gratitude is not just a reaction. It is a creation. When you say thank you, you tell the universe, I trust you. You send a signal that says, I am already in the energy of receiving. Gratitude collapses the illusion of waiting. It turns waiting into receiving. Let me explain how it works energetically. When you are grateful, your vibration rises. Fear cannot live in the same space as thankfulness. Doubt dissolves. Your body relaxes. Your energy opens. The magnetic field around you becomes coherent, peaceful, inviting, abundant. And in that energy, everything you've been asking for begins to find you. The right ideas, the right people, the right opportunities. It all starts with one feeling, gratitude. I am grateful for the abundance already forming. I bless my finances, my body, my home, and my opportunities. Say it with me now. Feel it in your chest. Even if your bank account hasn't changed, even if your circumstances still look the same, gratitude shifts the unseen. It plants seeds in the invisible garden of your life. And those seeds, my dear, always bloom. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you are going. It is the language of faith. It is the proof that you believe life is for you. You do not wait to see before you thank. You thank, and then you see. You do not wait for evidence before you celebrate. You celebrate, and then the evidence appears. Because gratitude is not just about what you have, it's about what you are becoming. So if you find yourself in a waiting season right now, remember, the delay is divine. The tears are holy. The gratitude is the magnet. This is not a time to give up. This is the time to grow up, spiritually, emotionally, energetically. Trust that every pause is purposeful. Trust that every emotion released is clearing space. Trust that every thank you whispered into the dark is lighting the path ahead. When nothing seems to be happening, everything is happening. When you feel like you're standing still, you're being moved inward. When you think you're forgotten, you're being prepared. You are not waiting for life. Life is waiting for your readiness. So today, I invite you to shift your focus from "why isn't it here yet?" to "thank you that it's already on its way." From "nothing's happening" to "something beautiful is forming." From "I'm tired of waiting" to "I'm being prepared for more." Because that's the truth. The pause is not punishment, it's preparation. The tears are not weakness, they are release. And the gratitude is not the end. It's the beginning of everything you've been praying for. Say it with me one last time, slowly, lovingly. I am patient and calm, knowing that what I desire is unfolding perfectly. I release all old energy that no longer serves me. I am grateful for the abundance already forming in my life. Feel how those words bring peace to your heart. That peace is the evidence that everything is already aligning. Because when you trust the process, you no longer need to see proof. You become the proof. And in that trust, abundance cannot help but find its way to you. There's a moment in every journey, my dear, when the energy begins to shimmer, quietly, softly, and life starts whispering back to you. You've been patient. You've released. You've cried. You've trusted. And now something begins to move. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's gentle, almost secretive, like a warm breeze brushing your cheek. That's when you start noticing little winks from the universe. A song that plays at the exact right moment. A number that repeats wherever you look. A person who shows up and says the very words you needed to hear. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. These are the universe saying, "I see you. I hear you. Keep going." I call them synchronicities, the dance between your energy and divine timing. When you're aligned, life begins to speak your language. You notice what you once ignored. You realize signs have always been there, waiting for your awareness to rise high enough to meet them. The moment you stop demanding signs, they appear everywhere. Because signs are not proof. They are reflections. They don't come to convince you. They come to celebrate your readiness. When you stop asking, "Where is my sign?" and start saying, "Thank you for the guidance," you suddenly realize it has always been surrounding you. It might be a feather on your path, a phrase someone says twice, a sudden inner peace when you were about to give up. Don't rush to analyze them. Feel them. Let them assure you that you are not lost. You are being guided. I am attuned to the gentle guidance of the universe, you whisper, and your energy vibrates in harmony with the invisible current carrying you forward. But as these signs multiply, something else begins to happen. Your relationships, your environment, even your routines begin to shift. People who once fit comfortably in your life may quietly drift away. Opportunities you once chased may dissolve. And at first, this can feel confusing. You may think, why am I losing people? Why are things changing? But my dear, this is not loss. This is alignment. Do not fight what is leaving, I often say. It is making space for what belongs. When your vibration rises, what no longer matches must gently fall away. This is energetic law, not punishment. You are not being abandoned. You are being refined. Your energy is becoming lighter, clearer, freer, and it can no longer hold the weight of old patterns. The friendships built on fear fade. The jobs that drain you end. The habits that once numbed you no longer satisfy. You are outgrowing what once kept you safe. Bless it all. Bless every ending, every departure, every closing door. They are holy transitions. They are the rearrangement of divine order. I release with love all that no longer serves my highest good. Feel that affirmation like a soft exhale, because every ending carries the seed of a beginning. Every goodbye carries the whisper of something new is coming. And then, something subtle but extraordinary begins to emerge within you. A quiet confidence. A peace that doesn't depend on evidence. You no longer argue with reality. You no longer rush to fix or force. You no longer panic when things don't go your way. You've learned that true faith isn't loud. It's peaceful. You trust life to unfold. You stop trying to push the river and simply let it flow. When you trust life, you relax. When you relax, everything flows. I've said that for years, and it remains the most profound truth I know. The moment you trust, your body loosens, your breath deepens, and your mind quiets. You realize there's nothing to chase, nothing to prove, nothing to control. This is the calm before manifestation, the soft silence before abundance blooms. It's not excitement, it's serenity. It's that still knowing place within you that whispers, all is well, I am safe, life is working perfectly for me. You begin to walk differently, not in urgency but in ease. You stop seeking validation because peace itself has become your proof. I trust the rhythm of my life. All is unfolding in perfect order. Say those words, my dear. They are your anchor. They are your reminder that timing is never your enemy. Impatience is. And then, one day, often quietly without fanfare, the flow returns. You notice how everything begins to click. A door that was closed swings open effortlessly. A phone call changes everything. An opportunity appears just when you've stopped searching. You meet someone, or hear something, or see something that feels like divine orchestration. And that's exactly what it is, because what you've been preparing for has found you. I used to call this the return of flow. It is the natural consequence of your inner alignment, not a random coincidence. You didn't chase it, you became it. You stopped demanding and you started deserving. You stopped grasping and you started allowing. You stopped asking when and started saying thank you. That's when life rewards your peace with miracles. The abundance that once felt so far suddenly surrounds you. Work becomes meaningful. Love feels natural. Money flows without struggle. Health stabilizes. Everything that was once effortful becomes effortless. Because now you are not fighting against life, you are flowing with it. I am in harmony with the flow of life. Say it out loud. Feel it in your body. Because when you live in harmony, life harmonizes around you. And this is where you begin to understand the highest truth of all. You were never meant to just receive abundance. You were meant to radiate it. You become a channel, a vessel, a blessing to everyone you encounter. You smile and someone feels peace. You speak and someone feels hope. You enter a room and the vibration rises. This is the miracle of alignment. You no longer live to get, you live to give, and in giving, you are endlessly replenished. You have discovered that abundance is not a possession. It is a presence. It is who you are when you remember your connection to Source. So, how do you stay there? Through simple daily practice. Each morning before the world touches you, say, I am open to receive and to give. Let it be the first breath of your day. Let it set the tone for everything that follows. And as you move through your day, bless others silently. Bless the driver beside you. Bless the cashier. Bless the stranger who crosses your path. Bless even the ones who challenge you. Because every time you bless, you multiply your own abundance. The more love you give, the more love flows through you, and the more life loves you back. So now, as we close this moment together, breathe deeply with me. Feel the rhythm of life moving through you. Steady, kind, perfect. You are not waiting for your abundance anymore. You are living it. You are embodying it. You are it. Repeat these final words softly, with reverence, with knowing, I am open, I am worthy, I am abundant now. Again, I am open, I am worthy, I am abundant now. And let my voice fade into the one truth that will never leave you. All is well. Life loves you. And everything you need comes at the perfect time.